So a lot of you have asked if you can use keto coffee or bulletproof coffee while you're intermittent fasting without it breaking your fast.
So we went ahead and ran some tests over a couple of days, and we made 2 different keto coffee concoctions, one with coconut oil and one with MCT oil, to see if there was a difference in how they affected your blood ketones and your blood glucose.
Right.
And the results were kind of interesting.
Right, and we are defining a fast, before I get any comments, as anything that raises your blood glucose and gives you an insulin response. It has nothing to do with calories. We're not talking about a caloric fast.
Right.
So keto coffee with MCT oil, that showed a decline in Becky's blood glucose and an increase in her ketones. And like I said before, you can get an increase in your ketones pretty easily, and you're pretty sensitive about that. I had a nice, even decline in my blood glucose, starting at 0 and going to 120 minutes. And I actually started at 0.3 in my ketones, so I wasn't even in ketosis. And in 2 hours, I was at 0.7. So I more than doubled my ketone reading and got into ketosis, which is good for me.
It is good. It is good for you. Keith usually is on the lower range of the ketones, and MCT oil with heavy cream and Kerrygold butter actually put you into nutritional ketosis.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
So that was a good thing. So,
right.
So we had, because we got questions about how about testing it with coconut oil. The coconut oil contains some MCTs, but it's not pure MCT.
Yep.
Okay. So your glucose readings were interesting because they actually went up.
Right. Which was very unusual for me.
Right. And it's at the same time that your ketones actually went up.
Yeah.
So. And again, it wasn't to the point where it would stimulate an insulin response.
Right.
Okay. My blood glucose readings actually went up. I began at 102, went up to 108, and then settled in at 105 at the 120 minute mark. Again, probably not enough to have a big insulin response, but it did go up. So that was a little bit different. Now, my ketones were a different story. I actually started in ketosis that day at 0.6 and went up to 0.8. So it increased a little bit, but it was not a substantial increase as it was with the MCT oil.
Right. So basically with MCT oil in our keto coffee, we got a good drop in our glucoses, both of us, and a fairly decent rise in our ketones. That's the metabolic ideal that we want to be reaching for. With coconut oil, not so much. So actually a little bit of an increase in our glucose, and just a little bit of an increase in
probably
our
not enough to harm you,
Right.
and maybe not take you, out of an intermittent fast, but clearly not as beneficial as MCT oil.
Right. So our recommendation, if you enjoy having a keto coffee while you're intermittent fasting, during your fasting period, you can do coconut oil, but you're going to get a lot more benefit if you use MCT oil instead with your keto coffee.
It's worth doing the MCT oil.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. That's all we wanted to bring for you today. Thanks for watching. We have lots and lots of tests on our channel, so if you're interested in knowing the science behind what's going on in your body, please subscribe to our channel, and we will be back soon.
See ya.